Mm-hmm. Guess we better not start cloud storage. Hello, my name is Sekit, and we are playing FTB Plexiglass Mountain, and we're here on our little island. I've been going around lighting the place up. We do have a Torch Master mod, but it looks like the Mega Torch is disabled because mob spawning systems. Um, so I've been going around with light level overlay on, and trying to make sure we don't have any spots that mobs can spawn in. We will make some feral flare lanterns. We need several to light this whole island up with them. We'll probably find another solution. We don't have glowstone yet anyway, and I kind of want to delay going to the nether because this pack has game stages in it, and I think the mobs might get harder after we go. Now, what I want to think about today is some better tools. Like, this is great, but we're going to need power for that. We are going to work towards that. But we also, we want some regular tools, right? We're going to take a look at tinkers for a lot of this stuff. And the way you start with tinkers is with grout. Did I only take out one? Like, yeah, okay. Let's go ahead and craft this up. All right. And then you just cook it up. And you will get seared bricks. Sort of like regular bricks, except, you craft stuff out of them, like you do with regular bricks. I guess they're almost exactly like regular bricks. Now, the thing we're going to make eventually here is lava powered. And the basic fluid tank from Mechanism is pretty cheap, and it will serve us pretty well. It's just 4 iron and 4 redstone, and you don't need a special tool to pick it up and have it maintain its fluid inventory. There also has a bucket mode, and it's not in music, it's in controls. So let's see, mechanism, item mode. Shift N, huh? I think we're gonna change that to, whoops. I don't know why we went out of that. This is where we change it. So item mode, we're gonna change to, let's say, 9 on the keyboard pad. We seldom use that for anything. As it is, it's just a tank. You can put fluid in it, blah, blah, blah. But if we change it now to bucket mode, instead of placing it when we right click, it'll pick up liquid. And it's quite convenient. It's very nice. Aha, it's nighttime. Let's see if we get any mobs spawning out here on the island. Hopefully we won't. And there is a cave like right underneath one of the corners, so we gotta make sure we don't let that fool us. I guess we're gonna set the tinker stuff up. Oh, we've got to change it out of bucket mode, of course. Can't place it if it's in bucket mode. We're gonna set the tinker stuff up out here. Now, the first thing we need to make a very small multi-block. It's just 2 blocks. We're gonna need a seared melter, and we're gonna need, where'd it go, a seared heater. None of these are too complicated. Let's take that and that, and I think we need a little glass. Look at this. Where'd this thing come from? Hello, friend. Are you friendly? Oh, you are not friendly. Came from somewhere. I didn't see where, but we got apparently at least one spot that a mob could spawn. Okay, I did find a spot where a mob could spawn. We'll have to... Oh, is there something else up there? Uh-huh. Now, whatever that was, it despawned. Okay, we'll have to watch out because those are resource creepers. See the coal ore. Those show up as neutral. The white dots, not red dots, which are the unidentifiable hostiles. We'll have to watch out. All right, that aside, here's our seared heater. Also, going to need some faucets, and we're going to need a casting basin, and probably another seared heater, right? Because what we want is this, yeah, okay, we're gonna, oh, just regular seared bricks and copper. Okay, that's friendly. So we'll just make the seared bricks right now. We're gonna need glass to make the top half of the multi-block. And what we do is, I think, like so. Yeah. One seared ingot gauge, that'll do the trick. We're gonna need a little bit of solid fuel. That ought to be more than enough, because we're really only gonna use this once. Although, you know, early game, if you're lacking certain resources, this can be a good way to get like 4 ingots out of 3 ore, basically. But I think we're going to be able to move right to the smeltery. So what you do, you put the heater down, and you put the melter, right, shift click it, right on top. Put the faucet right here. We're going to put the casting basin underneath. Add solid fuel. Melt down these, well, 3 ingots, and then we'll have to melt down 1 more. Fast enough. Now this won't smelt alloys, it won't, it won't do a lot of things, but, in the super early game, it is better than nothing. And it's an interesting addition to Tinkers to not just, like, jump from, the stations, which we haven't even made yet, to the big smeltery. Done? It's done! 1 Smeltery Controller. Now you can set the smeltery up in a lot of different configurations. We're gonna do, because we're a little low on resources. We're gonna do 2 by 2 on the inside. Like, what the multi-block defines is the space inside the floor and walls that we're about to make. You don't need corners, you don't need a lot of things. But you do need a smeltery controller. We're also, smeltery, there we go. We're also gonna need a couple more of these blocks here. The fuel tank here is just a piece of glass, inside, like we did for the heater with 8 of the bricks. This is what we put our fuel in. And we're gonna take some more of these. Now this is actually enough to be valid. The smeltery now has a GUI. You can see there's space for 4 things in there to melt. And we got 4 air blocks in there. That's how that works. So, wider ones, you end up using less material for more space. But, we'll get there. For fuel, we don't have really much in the way of pipes yet. So I'm just gonna get rid of this water. And I'll do it the hard way. There we go. We'll hold 4 buckets. Now, unlike the melter setup, we can't just slap a faucet on any old where. We need a drain. And it's just a little bit of copper and some of these seared bricks. No big whoop. We're gonna put it, I guess we'll put it on this side. Why not? There we go. We're gonna put a faucet on it. And we're gonna make 7 more. We'll make 15 more and we'll go up 2 levels here. So what we have now, you can see we got 12 slots because there's 12 air blocks in there. Now it'll hold more than 12 things melted down. You see this is equivalent to 144 ingots, so I think that means that each slot represents 12 ingots of storage once it's melted. Now I know in older versions, the smeltery would double your ores. With these jobs, I don't know. Okay, well in here you get 1 and 1. Here you get 1 and a little copper for some reason. Let's see what happens with just 1 gold. Almost done. Okay, yeah, 1 and 3. So probably with ore, this would be a doubling mechanic. But we're gonna put some gold in here. Now to proceed to actually use this for something, we're gonna need to switch gears. We are going to need, well, first of all, I know we're gonna need some, are they stencils? Patterns. We're gonna make a bunch of these, because we're gonna use them. I think one thing we make is like so. Yeah, 1 tinker station. Okay. What else do we build with these things? A part builder. We're gonna need a part builder. And we have crafting station. I don't know how useful those are anymore, but I can't think of any reason not to make one. I know like they used to be like the absolute thing, but I don't think crafting tweaks works with them. Yeah, you don't get the buttons, but it can become part of this multi-block that you can, as long as these are next to each other, you got the tabs you can access. Pretty cool. So what you do in your part builder, let's go ahead and get a little stone. You can use this to make like simple tools like like flint stuff and stuff like that. We want metal. So we're gonna make some parts out of stone. We're gonna make a pick head out of stone. We're gonna make an axe head. I think there's a shovel head in here somewhere. I don't see one. What would we need to make a shovel? Oh, there aren't shovels. There are mattocks, right? So we need this that circular thing. Okay. And let's go ahead and make ourselves a small blade. We're gonna want, oh, we can make a broad axe with this? Okay, that's right. We can't make a broad axe with the tinker station. We need to upgrade it for that. We'll be doing that real quick. Let's see, sword, just 2 tool rods. Okay, so just need 1 of these, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna need a binding. Another thing we're gonna want to make before we go too far is someplace to store the stuff that we're about to make. So we're gonna want, let's see, we're gonna want a tinker's chest, and we're gonna want, where'd the other one go? And we're gonna want a part chest. Okay, so we got one that's where I left all the patterns outside. We got one that's lapis, planks, and a chest and something, and we got this one, which is just a chest and sticks. And we'll pop these down too. Now, one more thing, we need a casting table. There we go. And we're gonna pop that down right over here. So we want to make some casts. That's why the gold is in here. We got 9 ingots. Is that what we have? 1 block, 3 nuggets. Okay. So if we put this in, the stone one that we made, and right-click, it'll pour the gold out and then destroy the whatever it was, and give us the small blade gold cast back. And this we can use over and over again. And we're just gonna throw it in here. And we're gonna do the same with all these other parts that we made. We're also gonna take a brick and make an ingot cast. And we got 2 ingots that we don't need in there. And you could automate this with, like, you know, redstone pulses and a hopper underneath, and we'll probably do that. Now, what are we gonna do with these nuggets? Well, we got a couple options. One thing we can do, and that's what we're gonna do this time, is just pour it in. And that's something important to know about this stuff and the basin, is that the smeltery will pour regardless if the inventory that's going to accept the molten metal is capable of completing what it's trying to complete. So keep that in mind. You want to get rid of it, you can just break it. Now the crafting station is all well and good. We can make some basic tools with it, but we want fancy tools. And what we would need is we've got a couple of metal block options. Bronze is probably the way we're gonna go. Yeah, probably bronze. So bronze, we'd need, what, 3 blocks. So in our smeltery, well, I don't even see it. I'm pretty sure it's 3 copper to 1 tin. Now we're just gonna throw some tin and some copper in there. And you can see that the different metals melt at different rates. Now what we should see is some bronze. Yeah, okay, 4 ingots worth of bronze. So if we throw the rest of this copper in there and melt it down, assuming I have the ratio right, we'll have enough bronze for 3 blocks with a little left over. It's looking good. Now, if we take the table out, because we don't need to do this with ingots if we don't want to, we can do it with blocks. We have the casting basin there. Yeah, sure enough, 3 blocks. And just pour it in. And it takes a second or two, but you'll see the liquid particles stop. Solid item appear. And there you have it. Now, in addition to the bronze blocks, we're going to need 4 of these, I think. Get our other bronze block out. And like so. And like so. And like so. We got the Tinker's Anvil. This opens up some more tools for us to play with. It has all the ones we had before, but it's also, very importantly, got the lumber axe and the hammer. We're going to start with the axe. We're going to need a little bit more gold in here, aren't we? We're going to have to make some more casts. Throw that in there. So we're going to want a broad axe head. We're going to want this tough handle. And I think that's it. Yeah, just a regular binding. There's only the one kind. Now we'll get into the guidebooks in a little bit and show how different attributes work, but I want to see something. See if you can still make these out of paper. No, you cannot. Used to be paper would grant you an extra ability slot on the things. Looks like that's no longer the case. That's okay. Take this out. The whole ability thing is totally changed anyway, so. All right, we'll get the gold. I think those are only 1 ingot, yeah. There's our bronze head, and we need the tough handle. Now to make the parts, we're gonna use some bronze for all of them, because, you know, copper and tin are cheap and plentiful. We got our tough handle. Let's see how we're doing here. We got our binding. And we'll make the pickaxe head. And finally, we'll make the broadaxe head. And all of these take different amounts of whatever metal it is that you're using. In this case, bronze. Okay, and we come over here, like so. And I think we can just click these in now. Yeah. That'll give us a bronze broadaxe. You can see it's got a ton of durability. Decent harvest here. We could add 2 upgrades to it and 1 ability. What's it do? What it does, folks, what it does is awesome. Let's run over here to this big spruce tree. See that? In very short order. I used a good amount of durability to get there, so it's important to keep in mind. We're also going to make ourselves a regular axe. You can get into trouble with this thing if you're trying to use it while you're building. We're also going to make ourselves this mattock. So this is, it's like an axe shovel. That's what we're going to be using as a shovel instead of this vanilla stuff. So I've been, oh, hello. Don't you dare. Where did he come from? Up here, maybe? What do you want to bet? Do I have overlay on? I don't look like he came from up here. He came from somewhere. Alright, I don't know where he came from. We'll have to keep an eye out. I'll throw some iron in here, see if it really does double. And I want to expand it. Now, as long as you don't break the controller, you can just go ahead and, boom, boom, boom. Alright. Whoops. I want to remove that. Oh, let's use our pneumatic. Ooh, that's fast. I'll take that. So we're going to expand it out to 3 by 3 here. And as you can see, everything is still maintained, including the iron ore, which was still smelting. And now we can see it. Now that this is a valid structure again, we can see it in there, just like we'd see anything else that we'd put into the controller to be smelted, whether it can be smelted or not, interestingly. Nice. Now we'll have room for 27 things to smelt at a time, and significantly more liquid capacity. Now while we're at it out here, we're going to make one more thing. We are going to make a hammer cast. Now we're going to make a large plate cast. And while we're waiting for the gold to melt down to make the casts with, I thought we'd see if this maintained its inventory when we upgrade it. Let's find out. Yeah, okay. And you can see we got a good amount of inventory now. We can upgrade this further when we get some more diamond. Now what we want to make is the big hammer. There's also an ore hammer that'll do vein mining for us, I guess. We'll have to try that out at some point. But this thing is big and it's expensive. It takes 2 of these large plates, which I think, at least they used to be 8 ingots apiece. We had 3 blocks, now we got 2 block 4 ingots. We're gonna need 1 of these hammer casts. And that was a significant amount of ingots. I think that might have been 8. And I think this handle here is 3. Right? Okay. Now we'll go ahead and assemble the thing. Very nice. Now this, we want to upgrade before we use it. We do that in the Tinker's Anvil as well. Now, I want to see what the possibilities are. So our diamond will give us 2,000 durability and take up an upgrade slot. An emerald will give us less than that. Any penalties to the diamond? Doesn't look like it. So we're going to go with diamond. Redstone will increase the speed. I think. Yeah, haste. Okay, that's what we're looking for. And we need another upgrade slot to add that. Lapis, we'd need another upgrade slot. But this is a good start. Now, what this thing does is it mines 3x3 for you. And let's see. Yes. You can't always do that in every version. Sometimes the hammer prevents you from doing offhand stuff. But yeah, now we're cooking. And I think that's gonna about do it for this time. So thanks so much for watching. We'll see y'all in the next episode. Bye bye.